Hey, y'all. I'm your host, Lizzie P, and this is Traveling While Mixed, where everything's a little mixed up, but a whole lot of fun. I just wanted to come and welcome you to this podcast, to this YouTube channel, and especially the TikTok, where you get to see the everyday happenings, the comings, the goings, all of that good stuff. But I want to get you to know me a little bit better. And I want to start with my travel facts and my history with travel. So for me, I did not grow up in a family that traveled. I did not grow up in a family that had planned vacations. It was pretty much my parents were on vacation and maybe went to amusement park like Disneyland. I grew up in Southern California in Los Angeles County, and we went other places that we could go to and come back. There's a few places I went when I was very, very young, like to visit my dad's family in Topeka, Kansas, to go hang out with family friends in North Carolina. But other than that, we really just stayed in California, Southern California, LA, those areas. And it wasn't until I was 19 years old and I was in a female singing touring group in community college that I got to go on my first trip, which was to the island of Hawaii. Yeah. And it was really, really amazing and fun. And I couldn't believe that I was able to like pull off the package to pay from a little department store job. And I said, I have to do this forever. I cannot stop going places. And it was a lot of the solo time I got to spend on that trip as well that made it so enjoyable, just exploring the ocean, even at night. Sorry, not sorry. I do all these things by myself when I travel, and I really enjoyed it. As I continued my journey, I also traveled a lot for missionary or ministry work. I am a content creator by trade, and I do a lot in the entertainment industry, but also I am, yes, a prophet before God. And so I travel a lot for those things. And over the years, I just had the experience of being able to go on ministry trips, and it was great, but I also wasn't able to see so much of the area that I wanted to be in. So it was interesting navigating during those times, but I always appreciated the different cities throughout the United States. I've been on missions trips to rescue women from severe abuse. And so in 1 year, I saw 20 states within 12 months. Yes, that's right, 20 states within 12 months. And it really broadened my horizon on this little girl from the West Coast experiencing other places. But I had yet to travel internationally, which leads me to the end of 2022, which I had done no traveling through 2022. I mean, all the solo trips I did during COVID, all of the adventures above and beyond that I got to do, I had slowed it down, stayed at home in California, and then God started to speak to me about coming to Africa, about going to Kenya on a missions trip. And it just so happened that the ministry I partner with consistently, that I'm covered under, had someone already there. And so it was like, wow, like God really orchestrated it. And the pastor there, he asked me to come. And so I was really excited and I was building towards this trip. And literally, we accidentally kind of fell in love. And so then I was also getting married because he proposed. And then a day before I was supposed to leave, things just went chaotic. And I did not get to go to Kenya at all, which I won't say is anybody else's particular fault. It literally is just, it was a bunch of confusion, and my leaders felt like it was unsafe, but I had hotel and flight credits. So what's a girl to do, right? Me, heartbroken. What do? I get on flights. Me, bored. What do? I get on flights. But I also started looking for what God was speaking to me. And I felt like He was speaking to me to still go to the nations and still prophesy everywhere and still enjoy all the food and all the places and all the clothes and all the people. And so I left for Hawaii to cry on a beach. And after I spent a week in Hawaii, I'm like, where should we go now? My assistant is traveling with me, and she had very much planned to go to Kenya with me. So she's like, well, we might as well go everywhere else, right? And we took a month in Greece, and that was phenomenal. And then we were in Rome, Italy, and that was not, but that's for another episode. And now I'm currently in Paris. I'm in Paris, France, which has always been a dream of mine. So, this podcast is literally about me being all mixed up in my mission in life, but also I'm a mixed person. So, I am Black and Indigenous, Native American to United States of America. And I also just turned 37 years old. It is such a different experience in every country that I've been being this mixed and not having a plan. So this is not the podcast or the show about, oh, it's a perfectly planned out trip and I worked and I earned all the money. And guess what? I get to stay here for a week and I'm going to go stay on the Mykonos island. Like, no, it's literally by faith and also all mixed up because I'm going by what God says. But I'm learning some really interesting things throughout my time in these spaces. And I'm also wanting to share them and give you guys some tips and tricks while you're out here in the wild world. Okay. The World Wide Web in person. Huh? People everywhere. The internet has showed me. But guess what? I'm seeing it live and in living color now. So I want to take you along with me and hopefully you'll be able to venture and have some fun too. Thanks for listening. Get to know me. Let me know if you're following on TikTok or YouTube in the comments. Some things that you want to talk about are things that you may want to know. What's your first place that you traveled to? And if you haven't traveled yet, let me know where you want to travel to. Where's your dream location, your most ideal? Until next time, toodles.